Hi guys, welcome to the last episode on this series of currency. Today we will be covering a modern development within this idea of currency or the institution of currency, the idea of free market banking or laissez-faire. The free market is the idea that markets should be based on the natural law of economics, supply and demand, with little to no government control or intervention. Basically, in a purely free market, prices of goods are set only by the competition between buyers and sellers, arriving at the lowest price for buyers are willing to pay for and the highest price sellers are willing to sell for. This idea of free market is often linked to capitalism, the economic system in which companies make the decisions on the production and selling of their products. The idea of a free market was first coined by Adam Smith in his work about an invisible hand that controlled supposedly free markets. Allowing the invisible hand to naturally put the market at equilibrium avoids the problems of oversupply or shortage, as the markets would be governed directly by the freedom of consumption and production, as well as self-interest of all parties involved. It creates a climate in which consumers, distributors, and producers have to try and fulfill and consider the needs of other parties involved, thus increasing the efficiency of the whole process. Free market economies also increase business efficiency and innovation. Competition with other companies already forced companies to lower the prices, increasing their quality and improve their products to attract more consumers. In regulated markets, competition is often reduced as certain qualities of the product, such as the price, are regulated, thus decreasing the incentive for companies to innovate and also become more competitive within the market. There are also many arguments against the free market. Some claim that corporations do not have the public interest at heart. Instead, they only care about profit and making money. Thus, unregulated markets create monopolies, companies that dominate the whole industry, and these monopolies decide to raise prices and harm consumers. Consumers are forced to buy their products as there are no other alternatives, as these monopolies dominate the whole market. Others also argue that it creates wealth inequality. A top percentage of people live in great wealth while the rest of the people, or the majority of people, live in poverty. This idea of free market also became prevalent in the banking industry during around 1837 to 1864 in the US. This was the idea that the quantity of banknotes should be controlled by banks and the market itself. In the US at the very start, there was no one single currency. Banks could distribute their own currency to anyone who would accept it. If the bank failed, however, that currency would become worthless. Thus, the risk was very high for consumers. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the US Treasury, removed this free market banking by creating a national bank that developed a uniform national currency. The national bank then removed competition from other banks by imposing taxes on these banks. However, Americans had already started distrusting banks, and so therefore, Texas, for example, banned corporate banks until 1904. While free market banking has not continued, the idea of the free market is still very prevalent within our society today. It is the basis of how our society runs and how we live our lives. That was the main idea surrounding the free market, and wraps up our series on currency. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or think I missed anything, feel free to comment down below. See you guys on the next series.